What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and it's, I guess, time for the end of the year awards. And I got to shout out Matt Walsh. He got the prestigious Transphobe of the Year award. Now, of course, this backfires because he'll just double down, add it to his bio, and turn it into free advertising for himself. I don't know why anyone thinks that this kind of stuff works. It's like they're working together. You see Matt Walsh tweeting out, extremely honored to have earned the Transphobe of the Year from the New Republic. I want to thank everyone who supported me in my pursuit of this goal. I don't do it for the accolades, but I'm grateful and humbled to receive them. Now, you might know, Matt had his What is a Woman documentary this year that Daily Wire spent a lot of money advertising and was pretty disruptive in the market, or at least it seemed like it was. And there's a wide variety of other things. Much of what he does, I think, outside of his takes on dogs, a particular type of dog, seems in the service of protecting people, particularly those that are, too young to protect themselves. It says in a year, I want to put here. So this is the if you don't let their words matter. They don't matter. Like, look at this. 133,000 views, 134,000, let's call it. 9 retweets. 11 quote tweets. 19 likes. That these people don't have that's actually one of the low-key, really powerful data sets that Elon has given us by publicly displaying impressions. I think it was always available under your own account. You could see impressions, but it's like, this is how you know what you're saying. You're putting stuff out that people don't care about. 19 likes. The New Republic has 177,000 followers. 19 of them like this. His tweet mocking you already has hundreds more likes than this. This isn't the own you think it is. Every one of these ratioing them. Haha, great. Matt Walsh, we always knew you could always do it. Lamau, cheers, keep up the good work, congrats. I mean, that's the thing. In 2022, we talked a lot about essentially biological men taking space in competitive sports from biological women. There are a lot of things that don't rely on biology. Say, for example, chess, or, I don't know, Lego building, or, target practice, clay pigeon events, this kind of stuff. Maybe you can make, if you really get down there, maybe you can, argue about it. But for the most part, I think everybody knew, this goes back to the Leah Thomas stuff. Look, I wish this person the best, but when they are a biological male, like a year ago, and had been competing as a biological male, and was finishing, rated number 300 or something like that, suddenly competes as a biological female, it's not fair in a sport that is too afraid to call it out. People are afraid, especially the biological females competing against a biological male, to say anything because they could get kicked out of school. So everybody, like, this is just a hilarious backfire. There are two types of people: those who see this award as an honor and accolade, and for the good work he's done, and groomers. I mean, like, it's just complete. And if you look at the quote tweets, of course, we're going to take a look at the article too. We already know he is. You don't have to give him an award that he's currently proud of, even though left is like, oh man, this backfired. This is great. Now, if we look at the actual article, of course, it's full of hilarious, like, citing the serfs as a source. One of the most disingenuous commentary channels on the internet, fully willing to lie and propagate known lies for internet owns. See, Phobe of the Year, right-wing writer and podcaster, has raised his profile by spreading terrible theories about things in the LGBTQ community. Well, it turns out a lot of what he said was true. Turns out that a lot of what Matt Walsh was talking about was actually happening. You know, there were several occasions, I think one even with a hospital in my state, where he pointed out, hey, you know, here, you know, you think I'm making this up? Here it is on this particular hospital's website. I believe the UW-Madison website was one of them. And then they quickly deleted it. It's like, why did you delete that? Why did you delete that? You've done thousands of surgeries on people who are 15 or whatever the case is. If you didn't feel like you did anything wrong, why are you deleting it? If you didn't feel like you should be doing these type of things in the shadows, then why are you running to them? From book bans to all sorts of other threats, 2022 has been characterized by a disturbing rise in right-wing bad behavior brought on by the viral moral panic of very online fearmongers. That's a riot coming from the New Republic. Figures like the libs of TikTok, Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, and the Manhattan Institute's Chris Rufo have joined conservative politicians in flooding right-wing airwaves with hate speech, no such thing, and misinformation on issues like gender-affirming care and children's sports. Look, gender-affirming care may well be that for some people, but it is also far more than that. And so, you know, taking pieces of a perfectly healthy body off to reinforce, you know, somebody's perceived, you know, mental status or whatever, their perceived state. I'm not saying that, you know, look, you're an adult, you can do that. There are people who are against adults doing this, and I think they have, you know, a right to feel that way. For me, it's really just about kids. Like, you want to pay cash, you want to make your Audi and Innie, pay your own money, that's fine. I don't think that doctors should be doing that. I don't think that it's actually affirming gender. But I guess I'm not a doctor. And if you're of age and you want to pay cash for that procedure, you go right ahead. It's all the stuff that happens in the shadows. The people who are 14, 15, 16, 17 who are having this done. And they're not being protected, right? They're being reinforced like by platforms like TikTok. The Daily Wire columnist and podcaster made a name for himself by demonizing medical professionals and pushing various theories about grooming and the P word in the LGBTQ community. No evidence of such. Walsh launched his vetted career in the same manner as many of the worst of the right-wing swamp conservative talk radio. Walsh has since gone on to create Johnny the Walrus, an allegorical children's picture book about a boy who pretends to be a walrus. It reached #1 on Amazon's LGBTQ bestsellers list. Good, right? Is that like did you accidentally, that's not really an own. And What is a Woman, a feature-length documentary on gender ideology. Both between early 2010 and 2011, Walsh hosted the Matt and Crank program on FM radio. How long ago was this? 10 years ago? I mean, like, if you look at even, here's, you know, the end of the year with Media Matters. The piece they wrote about Tim Pool, absolutely hilarious. Bigots and conspiracy theorists, YouTuber Tim Pool's 2022 guest in review. What? What? Oh, that is Shane Cashman. Okay. Like, I don't even understand. It's like these outlets print lies and say horrible things about people because they are protected, because they know that most people don't have the money to sue them or, you know, but like, I think Matt handles this kind of stuff. You know, I don't agree on everything that Matt Walsh does or says, but like, I'm sure my viewers don't also. And you can see, he says, Transphobe of the Year 2022. I mean, that's what you do, right? Especially now on Twitter, where like even though it's not perfect, the playing field is a little more level, I would say. I mean, this is of course a backfire. Look at this, 20,000 likes he got. One man stands out from the crowd. I mean, it's like, what did is the New Republic going to get new viewers because of this? No. Matt Walsh is just going to get a ton more viewers and a ton more free clout, because that's the way it actually should be. That's the way it actually should be. People should be mocking these people. Not trans individuals, but these fake outrage organizations. And hospitals that are doing these types of procedures in the shadows, and particularly on kids. They should be brought to the light. And Matt Walsh has done a great service for that, I believe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Congratulations, Matt Walsh, on Transphobe of the Year. You deserve it, buddy. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. And if you haven't yet, please do subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.